Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. For this selection, or this time around, I'm going to use the Thelema Tarot for the tarot part. There was more information. At the bottom here is there's a website. So I think it's Los Garibo. I'm not good with pronouncing things. I feel like it's quite obvious to people who watch a lot. But there's the spelling, because if you want to find it or get more information, go ahead, go on there and check out whatever you want to check out. I don't recall last time I was on that site, so it could be some cool stuff. Supportive Oracle Cards, Spellcasting Oracle Cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. There are their full names if you want to check them out individually. There are some websites on the back here. She Who Is Art is what stops or jumps out to me. And the dice are the same dice. They're metal dice. They're from Amazon. So if there's anything on that, they're from Amazon. I don't think there's a specific website on there, is there? Just Amazon, D&D. So if you want to find metal dice, I use the 20, the 4, and the 12. The 20 is for the major arcana, which obviously it's missing number 21, which would be the world, if my brain is working. And then for the minor arcana, the 12 I use from ace up to knight. So it's missing the king and queen, but still works. And the 4 I use for which element it is. And I go in the order of the zodiac. So the first, since Aries is the first, I use fire for 1, earth for 2, air for 3, and then water for 4, in case you're wondering. Okay. Thank you for checking out this part, and now on to your read. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you for tuning in to this week's read. Those readings are valid for whenever you come to them. Let's see what we got for Aquarius. Everything is compartmentalized. A pattern that's out of sync. A pattern that is out of sync. Everything is... It feels like everybody's disconnected. Okay. Oh. This is how Gemini started. You may have some commonality with Gemini. Commonality? Sure. The Tower card. Is this your Tower card or somebody else's? I'm suspicious of that. I'm wondering if you saw this happen to somebody more than it happened to you. Page of Pentacles, and then the Star card half in, half out. The Star card is your card. Does it show up anywhere else in this? No, it's showed up in the dice, though. The Tower fell in the past. Somebody was being very... I'm trying not to say the word lazy, but that's the best one I can keep getting. It just keeps popping in. Somebody was not taking care of their responsibilities the way they should have. Something was more their responsibility than they were willing to acknowledge. And you might have helped this Tower fall over. More in the sense of you don't want to deal with it, you don't want to take care of it, then maybe you shouldn't be a part of it, and this is how we're going to fix that. If you did that, you did what you felt you had to do. But I keep getting somebody was not taking care of their responsibilities correctly, and you decided to highlight that. They did have the chance to pick up their stuff and do it the right way, they'd have been fine. But because they handle things the way they handle things, it fell apart and the Tower hit. That does seem to be coming around again. And I keep getting this, to me, feels like this person does not handle things the way they're supposed to. They seem to be one of two things. This person's a little complicated, whoever it is. Either they're very popular and a lot of people like them, or generally or genuinely, you actually like them, you just get fed up with their BS. This could be somebody that you're constantly helping, and sometimes you're like, I don't need to be helping you. You should be doing what you should be doing. You can do what you need to do. You just aren't. And sometimes maybe they just aggravate you, so you kind of put some stuff in their way so that they pick up them, so they do things they're supposed to the way they're supposed to. You maybe make it difficult for them to not do it the way they're supposed to. You know if that's hitting or not. I don't know why I'm trying to be nice about it, because I feel like if this reading is hitting, you wouldn't be like, no, they're stupid. They don't do what they're supposed to, so I make it difficult so they have to. And I feel like I'm aggravated with them, even though you might really like them. But one of the things is that because they are capable, they just won't do it, and it's annoying. This might be somebody who you're constantly trying to help. You're constantly trying to get them to level up, but they just refuse to. And you don't know what... It might be, for some of you, this might be like somebody that you take care of, like a child or something like that. Take it with a grain of salt. And one of the reasons you do it is because when I'm not here, how are you going to survive? If you don't do things the way you're supposed to now, what are you going to do when I'm not here to do it for you? And you're really questioning their outcome or where they're going in life, and it's really concerning to you. So you're constantly trying to make sure that they don't have that devastation in their life, that heartbreak. You're trying to get them to be more responsible, and you're trying to be creative about making that happen. Ironically, if this is hitting, the whole reason you're doing it is because you're trying to help them make better decisions and solidify their own life so that they go forward in a more stronger sense. All right, let's keep going. This energy, though, is very committed to doing it their way, and to, like, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. They do only what they have to get by. And they're in this same repetitious pattern. Was there another page? I keep getting this page. I think it was on the dice. It's a very strong page energy where they just don't step up to the plate like they need to. It's kind of like having the capabilities of an adult. Like, they could learn to drive, they could do all that stuff, but then they're like, but they don't want to get their license, because if they get their license, then they'll have to drive. But as long as they don't have their license, other people have to do it for them. You know what I mean? You know, they don't want to move out, because if they move out, then they have to be responsible for all their bills and having that paid. But if they live with somebody else takes on the bulk of the responsibility. They just pay their part of the rent, whatever it is, and they just walk away from the responsibility of the rest of it. It's kind of like when you live with somebody, you just pay your rent, and that's that. When you own your own house, you have to make sure the roof is good, the septic is good, the electricity is safe. You know, you have to make sure that things are shoveled. You're the one that's in control of that. You're the one that has to be responsible for that. They don't want to do it. Which I feel like that's obvious. 3 of Pentacles, and what is that? The Death card reversed. They don't seem to be connecting to the whole situation. They put in the effort that they're putting in. They'll put in more effort to fight the situation than to actually handle it. They'll put more effort into not moving out or to have reasons for not getting their own license to drive rather than putting in the effort to actually do it. They will fight against all the benefits they could have versus the benefits that they already are comfortable with. They put a lot of effort to not move forward, which is ironic, because if they put that same effort into moving forward, they'd be so much happier and so much farther ahead, but it's just how it is at the moment. This creates a lot of stress between you and them. A lot of stress. All right, so there's a moment coming up where there's a change that kind of has to happen, which is ironic, because it's going to be one of those things where, okay, now this just happened, so now what do we do? So if I'm going to use a very easy analogy, say this is somebody who's living with you. And maybe they can't drive because they don't have a license. They don't want to put the effort towards getting one. So they, for example, they're like, well, I either have to get a ride to work or I have to work somewhere local that I can walk to. And the rule is as long as they pay maybe $300 a month, they can stay, but if they don't, they have to leave. There's a moment coming up where I feel like this person is losing their job. Whatever job they're currently doing, they're losing it. That's the analogy. What they're saying don't do, don't relieve this person's stress. Because the hostilities reversed is like relieving stress, in my opinion. They're saying don't sort this out with them. Because I feel like you're going to look at this like, okay, this is another opportunity where I could try to push them to get a license, so they can go get these other opportunities for the job they really want. Ironically, they're saying don't even step in at all. Let them fail. Here's the advice cards. This is what they want. This is how they want to live life. Leave it to them to figure out their own problem. Don't even try to help them. Because I don't think they're going to approach you. Or if they do approach you and you don't want to help them figure out their problem, you'll just direct them in a direct... You know how to do that. You know how to handle that. I don't even have to explain that. For Aquarius, you'll know how to handle that. They're saying don't help them figure out their problem. Just remind them, just make sure you got my $300 at the end of the month. Just leave it at that. Let them fail. Because that's where it gets really difficult. Because I feel like it has to be very uncomfortable for them. And I feel like if you just accept that that's how they want to live, then they have to look at their own situation. And they're just going to be stuck. Like, if they want things to work out for them, they have to make that happen. Don't help them. Don't help them. Leave them in a spot where they help themselves. Because whoever this person is capable. They just got to make that choice. It may seem harsh, but I'm getting that this is your moment to not help and have the best outcome. Yeah, because the death card is half in, half out in this, and the Three of Cups, they might try to find somebody else to continue this pattern with. If somebody else wants to take up that mantle, let them. Let them. It'll work out in its long-term way, the way it needs to. Where this is heading, even if they get somebody else to take care of them for a while, if that does happen, let that happen is what I'm first getting. But what's going to happen is they're going to get deeper and deeper stuck because sooner or later they're going to realize that they really hate the way they're living. And that's what's going to take for them to get really stuck and to make a change. For the people this is going to hit with, whoever this person is, you just want them to change. You want them to be more self-sufficient. You want them to have more control of their life. This will make that happen. It could take them a while because they're fighting it and they're very committed to fighting, letting that happen. Just don't help them. Just let them sort it out themselves. It's the easiest way to make it happen. It might be the long road if they decide to fight it and they get other people to take care of them. The way that you've maybe been taking care of them or look out for them, the way you've been looking out for them. This is what will make that happen, is what I'm getting. This will cause that change. This will cause that evolution. It's weird because I feel like for the people this really hits for, it's not something you're going to want to do. It's going to be like counterintuitive for you to do that. It may even make you feel sad for them, make you feel bad for them. But if you want the long term to work out for their best interest, they're saying don't help them this time. It's not like you'll let them be out in the street by themselves. But you don't have to make it comfortable for them either, if you follow me. And maybe they feel comfort the way it's been going, even though maybe you're looking at the way they're going, like I wouldn't like that. They're used to it, so maybe that's why. Alright. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.